class B push-pull power amplifier circuit. Here we having input signal. The input signal is given to the primary transformer, and this is the secondary transformer. The primary transformer having is also known as input transformer. The input transformer secondary winding having a center tapping, and thus output transformer primary winding having the center tapping by the VCC. And here we having two identical transistors. These two transistors are used to avoid the distortions in the class B push-pull power amplifiers. These two transistors are identical. The quiescent point is taken exactly at the x-axis of the DC load line. Due to this, only the off part, either positive off or negative off, will be taken to these transistors, and the output is given to load. Thus this load is loudspeaker. It is having 3 to 16 ohms. And here now talk about the operation of the class B push-pull power amplifier. Here the input signal V input is the sinusoidal signal, and this is the IB1 it is also sinusoidal signal, and this is the IB2. This is also these two are also input signals. These two signals having 180 degrees out of phase, 180 degrees phase due to the center tapping in first input transformer secondary winding. Here the Q1 transistor Q1 is only conducts for the positive off cycles, and when the transistor Q1 is connecting, the Q2 will be off. When the transistor Q2 is connecting only for the negative off cycles. When the Q2 are connecting, the Q1 will be off. Therefore, the total required output is taken by assembling these center tap output center tapping, and this output is given to the loudspeaker. Here, the DC analysis of this class B push-pull power amplifier. Under the DC conditions, the Q point is located exactly on x-axis, and the DC input power P input DC is equal to VCC into IDC. For a single transistor, the IDC is equal to IM by pi. For the here we use two transistors in this class B push-pull power amplifiers. Therefore, the IDC is equal to 2 IM by pi. Therefore, the input power is equal to 2 VCC IM by pi. Therefore, the output AC power. The output AC power is equal to Vrms into Irms. Where Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2 into Irms is equal to Im by root 2. Therefore, total P out is equal to Vm Im by 2. The efficiency. Finally, we calculate the efficiency. The formula for the efficiency is equal to output power by input power. Therefore, we substitute the output power and input power values. Here, the output power Vm Im by 2 by 2 VCC Im by pi. By cancelling the Im, we get the Vm by pi 4 VCC. Here, when we get the maximum efficiency, Vm is equal to VCC. This condition only we get the maximum efficiency. Therefore, the maximum efficiency is equal to 78.5% for the class B push-pull amplifier. The second one is the inconsistency of Ampere's law and displacement current density in EMFW. For the static electromagnetic fields, del cross H is equal to J. This is the Ampere circuit law. We know that the del dot del cross A is equal to 0, where A is a vector field. Here we are applying a divergence theorem for the equation 1. Here del dot del cross H is equal to del dot J. We know that from equation 2, we know that the del dot del cross A is equal to 0. Here the del dot J is equal to 0. This is taken as equation 3. But from the continuity equation, del dot J is equal to minus dou rho V by dou T is not equal to 0. From the equation 3 and 4 is not compatible, or these two equations are inconsistency. For this problem, the Maxwell's made a correction by adding a term. This term is known as JD. This is also called as displacement current density. Here we are applying the divergence theorem for the adding term of the equation 5. Here the del dot del cross H is equal to del dot J plus JD. Here we know that the from equation 2 delta del cross h is equal to 0. Therefore, the delta j plus delta jd. Here delta jd is equal to minus delta j. We know that the delta j is equal to minus dou rho v by dou t. Here we substitute this in the place of delta j. Here we get the dou rho v by dou t. From the Gauss law, we know that the delta d is equal to rho v. Substitute this value in this rho v. Therefore, dou by dou t of delta d is equal to delta jd. Therefore, finally we get delta jd is equal to delta dou d by dou t. Here the both having dot operations and both delts are cancelled. Finally, we get the jd is equal to dou d by dou t. The value of jd will be we get. Therefore, this value is substituted in the equation 5. Therefore, we get the finally del cross h is equal to j plus dou d by dou t. Here the displacement current equal to id is equal to integral jd into ds. We know that the jd is equal to dou d by dou t ds. Here this equation del cross h is equal to j plus dou d by dou t. This equation is also called as the Maxwell's third equation for the time varying fields. Here the j is the current density and the jd is equal to dou d by dou t equal to the displacement current density. Here the third one is the cross correlation function properties in the random variable stochastic process. Here consider two random variables, two random processes x of t and y of t are at least joint wide since stationary. Then the rxy of t comma tau comma t is equal to expectation of x of t into y of t plus tau. This is equal to rxy of tau. Therefore, rxy of t comma t plus tau comma t is equal to rxy of tau. And the following are the 6 properties. We are having many properties, but we only consider the 6 properties. Here the first one is the rxy of tau is equal to r by x of minus tau. This is the symmetry property. And the second one is the mod of rxy of tau is less than or equal to the multiplication of the individual correlation functions when the tau is equal to 0 under root. And the third one is similar to the second one. Mod rxy of tau is equal less than or here the root is taken as 1 by 2 of rxx of tau 0 and ry of tau 0. And the fourth property is the if x of t and y of t are statistically independent process, then the cross correlation function is equal to their mean of their multiplication of the mean of the two independent process, that equal to rxy of tau is equal to x bar into y bar. The fifth one is the if x bar is 0 and y bar is 0, then the cross correlation function is also 0 and the mod of tau is extends to infinity. And the final one, sixth one is if rxy of tau is 0, then the x and y, x of t process and y of t process are orthogonal process. Thank you for this giving opportunity.